And welcome back, people. I am now recording again. Yeah, too much obsessions of anime and manga. Okay, let's just continue. Turnabout Secession Maison System. What's that? We're almost done this game. Oh my gosh. Okay. That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysterious of the past worked their magic on the present. But you'll soon be finding all this out for yourself. Which of Manifigurumari's disciples pulled the trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant, Zakromari, go? What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? And what about the girl who was left behind? So many mysteries. They'll all get solved. The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game. No, it is a game. I'm playing it right now. This Maison system is really weird. I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended, half finished, when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? Probably a lot of things in those 7 years. As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There's something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Magatama. You still have it. You still have it after all these years. What does it do, you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. I'll explain that later. Well now, shall we begin? Touch the arrow to switch between past and present. But let's begin 7 years ago, in the past. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. There's so many theories about this Maison system. I think from what I've gathered, it's like a game. Well, yeah, it's some kind of simulation thing that Phoenix Wright made for us. Okay, let's start by going right in coal offices. There's no, you can go anywhere you want, but I'm just going here because it's, well, I guess you would say a place where you would usually go after a trial. The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up to walk away, but if I figured I'm the only one who could do this, probably. Wow, if you lost something so precious to you, his attorney's badge and his job, I don't know if I can totally how's it called? Recover from all that. Yeah, okay. But he kind of picked himself up and continued on. And besides, I had plenty of time. Thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision, it's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. He loved his attorney's badge. If you check the court record, which I'll do now, his attorney's badge is gone. It's usually the first spot, but it's gone now. So sad. 7 years ago, right in coal offices. Ooh, morning, Daddy. Ah, I'm so glad you came. You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? Ha 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 ha. I am fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me, after all. That's a young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thanks! My first show's today, after all. First show? I wonder if she ever went to that show. 2 weeks have passed since then. I called her into my office. What happened in those 2 weeks? After the trial ended. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. Oh, poor girl. Her dad disappeared. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I feel so sad for her. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while, just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. One-sided conversation. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you like. I can look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird. Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you. Seriously? Huh? Really? So if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family? Huh? I guess so? Getting weirder. Mr. Attorney? Actually, why don't you call me Nick? That's his nickname. Or you can call me Daddy if you like. It doesn't have to be today or anything. Wow. You're asking her to call you Daddy? A stranger? Okay, say Daddy! That was quick. Yes? Okay. Wow, she recovered really quickly. Okay. I don't know what to say. If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy. Okay, so Felix has no job and is now taking care of a child. Where is he getting the money? Do you know, Trucy's father is so unreliable. Just forcing him with a child. Jeez. But I guess her dad wasn't expecting Felix to lose his job that way. Oh, and this office, it's a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know? Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit, I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this. Trucy, how old are you? Oh, I'm 8. But don't let her appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy. Thanks. Does it feel like she's already in charge? And now we can talk to her. Instead of move, we have end search. So when you end search, you go back to the game screen, I guess, menu screen. Anyway, I'm going to examine some random things, like Charlie here. My mentor's favorite plant, Charlie. This is what the anything agency looked like in the past. My mentor's favorite plant, Charlie. I guess watering Charlie is my only real job now. Wait, I have a child now. I can't feed Trucy like this. She probably needs more than the occasional watering too, I'm guessing. Wow, I don't think she knows how he knows anything about taking care of children. And that poster. An old movie poster hangs on the wall. I finally found out the title after not knowing for the longest time. Yeah, because in previous games you always like wondering what the name of the movie was. Yeah. Actually rented the movie the other day. Cried my eyes out. Just thinking about it makes me tear up. Wait, it's just allergies. Really? I should show it to her when she's a little older. Wait, what was it called again? Yeah, that's enough. Let me talk to her. The office. So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right? You can at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of tough, hard for me, for Daddy. Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that. Actually, that's pretty accurate. So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way. Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law, if you were to ask some people. So apparently he doesn't know anything. Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead. You mean like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent? You got me, don't ya? I'm a professional. A professional. Yep. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zachary. Directly descended. He's your father. Oh. And now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright too. I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. Doll. I just love their interaction. Daddy. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy? Zachary? Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy. Which daddy was that again? Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of True Grammari, and they're big. The Grammaris. They were on television a lot. I haven't seen know much recently, come to think of it. Big magic happens when you put Zack and Val and Gramari together, you know. Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage. And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall. Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top. I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic. Heck, I shouldn't have brought it up so soon. I wonder what will happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone. Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother. But I have my magic and a great daddy even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are going to be okay. Wow, so optimistic. And Trucy's like a genius. Yeah, I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. I guess we will, but let's talk about the professional. So Trucy, you're a professional? Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs. They say that? I always thought it was funny, though. What was? Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid! Yep, a genius. Right, so in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy? That's right. Well, wanna see a trick? You're going to do a magic trick? Yeah, please show us. Actually, I would like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all. That's the spirit! Ready? Here goes! Ta-da!
Hey folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen.
Yeah, whoa, that was startling. Amazing, Mr. Hat. Isn't he great? Just look at Trucy's eyes when Mr. Hat talks.
Your friendly neighborhood, Mr. Hat, at your service.
You can tell she's new at this whole Mr. Hat thing. You can see her cape moving and her eyes looking in one direction. And she was jumping up when Mr. Hat grabbed her hat.
Yeah, so cute.
He certainly makes an impression. Doesn't he? Haha, I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
Though my routines do get a bit heady at times, huh? Get it? Heady.
My friendly neighborhood, Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. So we added him to the court record, even though we're not a lawyer anymore. Alright, let's talk about Mommy. Could you tell me about your mother, if it's okay? Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage. On stage? You mean with your daddy? Yep. She was always there with Zack and Val smiling, but then she went away. Went away? It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back. Maybe so. I cried then, a lot. That's when Dad gave me this. Here. It's a bit distorted program here. But yeah. This is your mother? She's beautiful. Just like Trucy. Or cute, whatever. Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Gramari. Thalassa? Thalassa. 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 Okay, yeah, I don't know that. Thalassa. Thalassa is the name of a sea goddess in Greek mythology. Yeah. Poor girl, I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. And now her daddy's vanished too, right before her eyes. Hey Daddy, you won't... Don't worry, I won't vanish, I promise. Right, you can't even do magic! You're like a backup plan! Daddy always said to have a backup plan. I guess all I frame him as is a backup plan. Aww. Now we added the locket. I think that's probably enough for today. So we're done here for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that. It's okay, after all, we're family! I just hope you're ready. The right talent agency opens tomorrow! Already made up a name. But what? But aren't we representing anyone? Me and you. That makes two, Daddy. I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent. Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at. He has an art major, right? Shouldn't he know how to draw or something? Well, when you put it that way, maybe he didn't have an art degree. Maybe he changed. Whatever. You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do! A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket. Okay, I'll think of something. Piano. Yeah. That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy. Where does she sleep? Welcome to the team, Daddy-O! The team, right. Yeah, I wonder where they live. Oh well. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Yeah, she's a wild girl. She has a mind of her own, and she does things in her own pace. Kind of. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light.
I love that line.
Aww. I read so many like fanfics about like Trucy and Phoenix after Phoenix lost his badge, and they're very touching.